Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TRS Live with your hosts Brian Keller, Matt Schrotz, and Zach Huffman, presented by The Real Shot.
I'ma do this here forever. EQ. Forever.
Triune.
Forever.
Yeah.
Forever. I'ma do this here forever. All you haters better get comfy. This the day you've been waiting on. Y'all road is finna get bumpy. This the track I'm making my statement on. I ain't going nowhere. This the place that I'm making home. I'll do this shit forever. Hit the gas and I'm taking off. Ow. I was born with passion. My job is never ending and my hustle's everlasting. No matter what, I'm gon' ball, even with my back to the wall. And the best part is that this is the beginning. I'ma do this here forever. Forever.
And we're live.
All right. Good morning.
Why is it that if my body tells me it's Monday?
Well, on that note, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of TRS Live 41. Not including the MLF guys.
Not including them?
Not including. So we're at 41, and then if we wanted to, I think we're 46, 45.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know about you, but I had a riot.
Dude, that was a blast.
I had so much fun interviewing those guys.
Those guys are awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That was a lot of fun. So for those who haven't watched those yet, those are on Facebook, YouTube. Where else can they find them, Zach?
Facebook and YouTube.
Hey, there you go. Facebook, YouTube. I mean, are we like? What are all the other formats again? We're all on. I know I should know this, but we're like on. Are we? What's that? iTunes yet?
No, not yet.
Yeah, they still keep kicking us back.
Why do they kick us back?
I don't know. We're on Spotify, though. We've got that on Spotify. So if you're a Spotify listener, you can look up TRS Live, and we're on there.
I'm a Podbeam user.
We're on there.
Yep.
Yep.
We're on Podbean. That's where we post.
I've gotten I fluctuate. I know you're hardcore into like listening to us and the podcast type stuff.
I listen to a lot of podcasts.
I was
now.
there and then I went down. Now my new one is I've been listening with my new car. Like I can stream right through my radio and stuff.
Is that a car? You brought this up. I was never gonna bring it up.
My new vehicle.
You went like full on the transformation. We should do a show on the transformation of Matt Schrotz.
Of the fatherhood.
Can we do that?
So,
I've seen it firsthand. It's pretty impressive. I gotta lie.
The best.
He's not going with this at all, Zach.
No, I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with it. Like the best commercials I think out there right now are those. What insurance company where they as they grow up they're like their dadisms or whatever, like where their best buddies are.
Oh yeah, yep.
Is it Progressive?
I don't know if it's Progressive or what it is, but yeah, it's where like the dude becomes like
he
their
gets this
dad.
new insurance company, and then all of a sudden he turns automatically into your parents. Like that's the whole.
Come
I
on
haven't
in, the
seen
water's
that.
fine.
Yeah, come on. Like the latest. Oh my God. If somebody is watching, please tell us what commercials. Because
I haven't seen that at all.
Are
they on YouTube?
They've
got to be.
They
yeah.
gotta be.
Can you find them? I want to watch it. I want to see it.
Like they are so awesome. Like the latest one I seen is it was a bunch of dudes and they go on like this trip, and then the dad the character that's playing like the dad character stops at like, oh, here's the Grand Canyon, and then he's like, oh look, there's a sign, and like just like a dad would do, and starts reading the sign verbatim. So. I was coaching baseball. Brian and I both coach sports, and I was coaching baseball this week. And
your mom says good morning.
Hey, good morning, Mother. And I got the opportunity to head coach for the first time.
Yeah, you were real nervous about that.
I was. We played good for a while, and then they lost track. I think kids are done with baseball.
Yeah, for sure.
Kids want to enjoy the rest of summer.
I know my kids. My team is done. It is football season. That's what they're ready to do.
But so I don't know if I moved this down. You can see I have a mustache right now, and I've had it for like a week and a half. It's part of the facial hair. Like it'll go soon. I thought about.
I thought you were doing that for football season.
I should, but that's what. So like I told the kids, and you shouldn't have to tell them this kind of stuff. But I said, hey, we're gonna come up with a code word for a double steal, so I get the second baseman's attention. Because I don't know if your kids are kind of sound like they're on par with everything.
Oh yeah, they play.
But
they
you've
play
been
pretty
coaching
hard.
them for a long.
Right. Morning, Tony.
But like once in a while, we'll send a steal signal over to first base,
Right.
and then the next thing you know, the pitch happens and the kid's still standing on
that
first
drives me crazy.
because they don't look. So I said we got to come up with a code word. So I want first baseman to look at me, and that way second baseman don't for a double steal opportunity. So we're before the game, and I go, how about dangers? You watch Kent Murphy.
Oh, absolutely.
Kent
He's
Murphy's awesome.
He's awesome.
So Kent Murphy, I'm like, how about dangers? You know, because that's baseball. You got if you don't say dangers on the baseball field, man, you're not. First of all, you're not cool.
Right.
So then the kid's like, yeah, dang, no. How about Kent Murphy? And I go, okay. So last night, one of the kids is like, did you grow a mustache just so when we say Jeff or Kent Murphy, you look like him?
I like
said,
that.
that's a good point.
You should have.
Because then
I thought for sure you were going for that football coach.
I'm trying.
Look.
My Mike Ditka.
Yeah.
My Ditka look.
You got to put on about. If you're going to do that, though, you got to
I'm
put on
getting
another
close,
like
Brian.
50
Look at
pounds.
that thing. Holy man, look how close I'm getting.
Yeah, you got to put on
Yikes.
another 40 or 50.
So anyways, yeah.
Tony says your mustache is beautiful.
Tony? Thanks,
Yeah.
Tony.
Yeah, he does.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Oh, yeah, Tony's an insurance guy. Maybe we should, Justin Munt just roll up.
What's up,
Look at
Munt?
all these stragglers coming on in. But anyways, that was my story. Kent Murphy, mustache.
Ken Murphy's awesome. If you like sports, you're into baseball at all,
Zach,
look up Ken Murphy on YouTube.
dude,
It's awesome.
You got free video clearance to do whatever. I'm ready to become a Kent Murphy type person. You know, we already came up with an idea. Like, you have some characters that you could play for our social media.
Yep.
I came up with one for bass fishing.
What was your last name now?
Well, we're throwing around. My alter ego has always been the first name of Travis. No offense, Travis Manson. I just feel like when I was talking to chicks when I was younger, like if I didn't really want them to know my name, like Travis was my name. I don't know why.
Well, at least it rolls right. It
It just
for you.
flows. Like I'm already committed
Right.
to it.
Do you still have the underage ID?
No, I don't. Like I never.
Did you ever have one with Travis on there?
Oh, Justin's got secret baits.
Oh, what are those?
Tell him to bring him in here.
Oh, I think that's a special order for
Here he
Russell.
comes. Oh,
I think that's
anyways,
a special order for
while
Russell.
Justin's coming in, so
Is that Russell's special order? Ooh,
Oh,
ICAST
perfect.
baits.
Yep.
Wow, look at that.
Hey.
Hey.
What?
you must be a fan of the TRS Live.
Munt coming in clutch.
All right. Well, hold on here.
Coming
before.
in clutch.
So, anyways, my name was gonna be.
I was just pre-opening them.
I know. I
'Cause
think
it's like
I think I
Christmas.
was gonna go with something
my God, this is
weird to
awesome.
say. Travis, Bobbers Down, Slam and Bass was gonna be, and I was gonna wear nothing but hook.
You got to have a GoPro chest mount on
Yep,
everywhere you go.
everywhere I go.
Everywhere you
No,
go.
chest mount and the helmet mount.
Yep.
Probably
And
at least two. Maybe the wrist cam.
Wait,
Scam, yeah.
why did you say a helmet? Just because? Why couldn't it be just a head mount? Why has it got to be a helmet
Well,
mount?
because
Brian?
maybe he's special.
Oh. Travis Slam and Bass.
He's just
So
maybe every time you miss one, you just bang yourself in the head.
Yeah. There's a lot of days I want to hit my head.
I swear to God, my son right now, he's challenged. I swear to God, these 15-year-olds are challenged. He's in the truck the other day and he's hitting himself in the head. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
He's like, well, I got an itch. I'm like, take your head off and itch it. And then I got to readjust my sunglasses. I'm like, oh my God, what in the hell is going on right now?
Am I the only person that can't wear a hat and sunglasses in this world? Like, I
Maybe.
can't do that.
I do all the time.
I do.
You can't?
I can't. I don't know if the
Why
distance
don't you put
between-
your hat on backwards like Lance and you get that real nice
Oh
tan
my
line?
God, we should have had a picture of that. Lance came in. He went out fishing over the 4th of July weekend,
Oh, I like this.
and the dude wore his hat backwards, and the sun beamed right through the opening, and he had a huge burn mark. It was awesome. Is that some of the new 13 stuff?
I don't. Is this 13? Yeah, this
Yeah,
is new
it's 13.
13.
Oh, speaking of that, we got
We'll have
some.
to get
There was
into
some insider out there, websiter.
Rapala bought a little bit of 13.
Yeah,
I don't know what
you knew it
that's
was
all
going to
about,
happen. See, I got. Well, 13 was a phenomenal company when we first brought them on, and I'm not knocking them, but just like they got too big too fast.
Right. Here's the one thing I wanted to bring up. If anybody's watching, they want to chime in. Please do.
Yeah.
Trying to think and all that at the same time. But it just seems like these companies are all trying to be everything.
Yeah, you can't.
Instead of being really, really good at one thing, right? Like 13 came out, rods and reels, ice fishing was like the kicker.
Phenomenal
right?
stuff.
Awesome. I just don't get the same vibe from them. And now we got Bates, although this one's pretty sweet.
Right.
And maybe there's some new innovation there or whatever, but it's just we got all these other companies coming, all trolling motors. We're gonna get into all that, but I just don't get, you know what I mean? Like
be good
you can't
at
be everything.
Find your niche, and I'll be honest. I mean, that's a little tougher for us because we do represent everything.
Well,
I mean, it's like we got to be good at one thing, and
right.
But it's
and that was always one of my big things when we started the store was the people that I talked to didn't like the big box store where everything was Cabela's branded, right?
Yep.
It was like they wanted the little niche companies. So I didn't want. I mean, not to say we won't ever have TRS stuff. We've talked about it with a lot of companies or whatever, but. I've always wanted, I've said even if we do that, we're still going to have the niche specific brand stuff.
Yep.
But it's like all these brands are doing that now. They're going to have everything. Well, like Justin and I were talking when we're looking at buying this stuff. It's like, well, what do you chase, right? Like,
right.
Strike King's got line now, and it's like, what do you do? I mean, you can't carry everything.
And the thing about is I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get comfortable.
I can't. My back, dude, right here. I got old man back.
Do you want me to rub it?
No. But, hitting infield when you don't hit infield all the time, oh, my God, just from twisting.
Yeah, Brian.
That's like old.
That's that little thing we like to call just being out of shape.
Is that what it is? All right, fair
just
enough.
being out of shape.
I'm not going to argue.
Yeah, I went down to catch yesterday for a kid warming him up. And he threw past me like a couple pass balls, and there was no backstop.
How old are these kids?
Old enough they shouldn't be throwing the ball in the dirt.
Okay. See, when I got to be like 14U and then JV like 15, I'm like, guys, when I'm up there, it's nothing but fastballs.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not taking stuff off the shin anymore. This is not. You guys are throwing way too hard for this.
But so you do the. You're not wearing a cup, so you do the catchers, the side stance.
Well, I don't even try. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, then they're in the dirt. But anyways, the couple got way beyond me, and I had to go chase them down, and I'm like. Stop doing that. But so the idea for today's show.
See, that's the other nice thing. The older they get in baseball, the umps they don't make you chase anymore. They'll let the kids go chase and just give you a new one.
Yeah.
Like once you get into high school, it's really nice.
Yeah, they were doing that a little bit last night. I'm like, if you have a pass ball, you should go get it. You can't hit the glove.
Get off the mound and go get it.
Go get that damn thing. You got to come to home plate anyways.
Right.
Just get in the habit of covering home. But anyway, is this a baseball show? Let's just keep
It is now. What's going on?
I like talking about sports. I'm looking forward to football season, dude.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to it because I like talking about the Packers on shows.
I think a lot of people like talking about the Packers.
Oh, I do. I just like football in general. I'm really looking forward to football.
I just like sports. Hey, your mom thinks we're really funny.
She does. I'm sure there's no bias there at all.
I was wondering what's the awesome information?
Because I was talking about my kid.
Oh, that's
She was
right.
laughing about Jimmy.
He's
just Jimmy. He's 15. If anybody else has got like a 15-year-old, they go mentally dumb.
I got one.
Right? Like they just go dumb. Like he's cleaning up our pond this summer. That's a summer project, right?
That's a great project.
I didn't want to give him a job yet, or like actually have him have a job because he doesn't have a car, and I'm selfish, and I don't want to have to drive him to his work work all the time.
Yep.
Just with my schedule, coaching him, it's just no way, right?
Yep.
It's impossible. My wife's busy with our other two little kids. It's just not going to happen.
Plus, she's a successful business owner.
Right. Plus, she runs the goat. So he's got to clean up the pond. That's his deal, right? We got a really nice pond. He loves fishing in it. No, but it's like overgrown, 10 years of overgrownness. Like it's a big deal, right? So he cuts this tree down and he's laying there. He goes, "Well, I can't drag it over. It's just too heavy. I can't drag it over there." I'm like, "Well, what are you gonna do about it?" "Well, I don't know." I'm like, "Maybe you got to cut it up into smaller pieces." "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, really. It's not getting over there by itself. Like your job was to cut the tree down, put it in the pile, and we're gonna burn it.
Right.
How are you gonna get that tree into that pile?" It's just like, what? And he's a smart kid, right? He's not an idiot. It's that age.
See, and I get yelled at all the time.
Look at Matt's like, where do I go with this?
I get yelled at all the time in my house because like everybody's like, "Whoa, I would imagine you were probably the perfect kid the way you talk." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sure I was a complete idiot, but we're not raising them to be dummies like we were. We're raising them to be better than we were."
And I think the job as a parent or a teacher, coach, whatever, is to take your failures, pass it on so that they don't have that issue. Right? I mean, that's right. So when they say, "Well, you're expecting them to do this," well, you don't want to know.
Right.
Like,
Right.
If you only knew why we're doing this.
Yep. Well, yeah. So one piece of advice to any kids that are watching is just listen to your parents. They're not wrong.
Right. Well, sometimes they're wrong.
Well, not often. Your mom's
I
watching.
think both our
so
moms are watching.
Yeah.
They're not right all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Don't give them that. Don't give them that.
Speaking of that, I want to give. I see Trevor joined on here from Parsons.
Nice. Oh yeah, they've been awesome.
Yeah, if anybody is looking for, I don't know how far into the residential they do. Trevor, maybe you need to check out Parson Brothers. They do a phenomenal job. They have been in charge of all of the remodeling that's been going on here at the Real Shot. They are fast. They are efficient, and they work hard.
We're talking like Jimmy John's fast.
Oh, super fast.
Like freaky fast.
Yeah.
Like I called them this last time and said, hey, we're going to take the rest of this wall down, right?
Yep.
It wasn't planned. It wasn't on the project. We didn't talk about it ever.
Nope.
We're like, hey, I go, Lance, call your buddy Trevor. Let's get the rest of this wall down. I mean, they were in here the next week.
Yeah. And I mean, and it probably worked out. Not to say that they're not super busy, but
No, I think a lot of that's got to do with the connection with Lance, right? Like Trevor and Lance are buddies.
Well, and the fact that they get to work in a sporting goods store,
right? Right, that's for sure.
But yeah, so seriously, if anybody's looking for some construction projects, whether they can do it or not, contact them. If not, they're going to help you be in the right.
But the quality and the timeliness has been
God.
awesome.
And they're a great group of dudes too. I mean, they work hard. They're a great company. So Parson Brothers is phenomenal. Thanks, Trevor. Make sure you high five. Take your boys out for a beer after you're on the shift today. Maybe we're not even working if he's watching this.
Right.
I mean, come on now. So anyways, let's get back to the main topic. Today's topic is ICAST.
ICAST.
And now we're not the first and the original ones to talk about this stuff. Obviously, for those diehard fishermen out there, ICAST started Tuesday?
Yeah, Monday or Tuesday.
The day Brian had the idea for the show.
Right. Well, no, here's my spin. My spin was that everybody's at ICAST. 100,000 new products coming out.
Yep.
Tons of blogs and postings and Instagrams and all this other stuff.
Yep.
Right. My thing is, does any of that matter?
Right.
That was my spin on that was how important is ICAST? Right. Like we all watch movies. How important are the Oscars?
That's
the Oscars
true.
the
Right.
actor, right? How important is
might
that
be.
really? Because Grammys is music.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
how
Yep.
important. That's how important it is to me,
how
right?
important it is.
But how important is that to the industry?
Right.
Right.
Right? Like they make a big deal out about it, right? Red carpet, dresses, all this hoopla, all this
For
crap.
ICAST, they do?
No, I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Oscars. No, but like, how important is that to the film industry, right?
Right.
Like, what, or is it just this big made-up hoopla about nothing?
Right.
That's what I feel like it is. Like, I could care less. I've never thought a single movie that's ever won an award was worth shit.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So I said, okay, ICAST. How important is ICAST to the fishing industry?
Yep.
Right.
So what we did is we went on there, we did a little homework ourselves, and we picked out, I think I went back as far as 2016.
Sure.
And now this is not original content. This is a lot from Wired to Fish,
Yeah,
who
they
they're foremost,
Yeah,
right?
they do a good job.
They
and
do a
stuff.
phenomenal job. So I went back and I found their list from 2016 all the way to the current one. And so, like, you can kind of see a trend with lures and things like that. But what we want to kind of do is break down those lists, and Zach has those lists, and go through from products that, hey, man, these things really took off. And these are best of show products, I should have mentioned. These are like what ICAST picked from all their categories of best in shows. And like this year, you know, the trolling motors were the speak
that was,
all
yeah,
of
that was
all
definitely
of
the
them.
talk of the town for sure.
I mean, we had Lowrance and Garmin both come out with
Yeah,
new trolling motors.
if you were watching the show, you probably follow all this stuff on social media, and
Yep.
it's just been inundated with
Yep.
the Garmin and the Lowrance Ghost, and
Right.
It's crazy. What I also think is what they're charging for some of these trolling motors is insane. But once you start getting down to
See, I
it,
thought about that though.
but I mean, you're getting a lot for that
Well,
price.
I think the price is going up, but what you're saying, technology, what you're getting for it, and then from a bass fisherman standpoint, that is one of your most important piece of equipment on your entire boat.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, you got your big motor to get you there, but you spend 90% of your day
on
on
the
that
front of the
motor.
boat. Well, I
Right.
would say bass or walleye.
Right.
You know, because like, so let's just get right into it. So the Garmin took the best of show for 2019.
Right.
And now I can't remember what year it was. What, Zach, can you find what year the Alltrax was? Because that's what you have, right?
Yep, I've got well, me and like 90% of everybody else.
Everybody in the world
has
right
the
now.
Alltrax right now.
Right. So now you're a guy that has a trolling
It was
motor.
2016.
Okay,
was the
20.
Ultrax.
Okay, so that was the release of the Alltrax. So Brian, why do you like that motor? And what maybe make you go a different motor?
So
now?
prior to the Alltrax, there was two motors out there. There was your electric steers and your cable steers.
Okay.
Right? The Alltrax was kind of the hybrid of the two. The The Ultrex took all of the technology from the electrical steer motors, spot lock, autopilots, all those types of things, and married it with the cable drive, the cable steer of all the other motors like the Fortrex. And the thing with the cable steer is it's a lot quicker. When you push it, it's a direct cable link to the motor head.
Okay.
So when you're going up and down, it's spinning that head instantly. Where the electric is, it's a motor turning it. So when I step on it, it's meh, meh.
Oh, okay.
So it turns a lot slower.
Precision, yep.
So that was where the Ultrex came in, is it took all of the features of both and put them into one.
Yep.
And that's why if you looked at current state on any of the pro tours, it's probably 90% of the guys are running the Ultrex.
Right.
It's not even close. I mean, like, not even remotely close.
You're talking walleye bass.
Yeah.
For
sure.
All across the board.
Yeah, across the board. Because, like I said, it gives you the best of both worlds. It gives you autopilot, cruise control, spot lock, which is the anchor. Now, I think the Garmin's calling it anchor lock or something, whatever.
Yep.
If you don't know what that is, you push a button on the foot pedal, and the motor basically locks you in on that GPS coordinates within around a 10-foot area or so. And you just sit there. It's probably the biggest, most revolutionizing piece of equipment to ever hit a fishing boat is that anchor spot lock.
Well, and talking about MLF too, I mean, a lot this year, they said the same thing you just said. Because of, like, think of that format.
Oh, it's crazy.
Weigh the fish, all that stuff. Either you got to drop down an anchor or throw your power poles down or whatever ones you have. Now you just
power poles only work up into 10 feet.
Right.
You know, that's it. Well, I mean, you spend a lot of your summer deeper than 10 feet of water.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's just, it's revolutionized fishing. You know, if you watched the last Wisco Bass, there was a number of those guys had spot lock because it was pretty windy.
Yep.
So they hit spot lock out in front of the spot they wanted to fish, and then they just run to the back of the boat, which is like where some of the guys were turning cameras around. They were fishing out of the back of the boat now instead of out of the front of the boat because they had that virtual anchor holding them into the wind because it just naturally holds you into the wind, and then they were fishing the rock hump in the back or whatever.
Yep.
It just absolutely blew everything out of the water. Now, you know, the Garmin came out, the Lowrance came out. I've never seen either one of those motors, right? Obviously, and this was kind of my spin on this was all the pros, right? Oh my God, this new stuff's all great, right? Well, the motors aren't even available until October. At least that's what they say, right? Most of us know that we're not even going to see them this year.
Well, and that's like
because I mean, unless they've got it figured out, every other industry on the planet, it's all available October. Okay, then you get to put your orders in, right?
Right.
They don't ever show up on time. And then the first run's always got production issues and all that kind of stuff.
It's just like the bull world. I mean, then all of a sudden they're already outdated by the time you get them.
Right. Yep. So I'm not knocking the motors because I've never seen them, but I know that the Garmin is electrical steer.
Right.
I know the Lowrance is electrical steer or some sort of a hybrid electrical type thing. Maybe they got faster motors in there now and they're more responsive. I don't really know because I've never seen them. So maybe they're great. I don't have any idea.
Is the brushless really big? Because both of them are brushed.
Yeah,
brushless.
so all of the other motors, the Ultrex included, are all brushed motors. I'm not a motor guy, but I from what I understand, there's a lot more friction in the motor.
Yep.
So the brushless is supposed to be a lot more energy efficient, which is going to get you more battery life, more time on the water. They're supposed to be quieter. I don't know how much more quieter you can get.
And the biggest thing now with like transducers and stuff going right on the trolling motor, they said with the brushless style, it's less interference.
Yep, which it is.
To your electronics.
That's what they say, yep.
Now, like, I was doing a little homework on both of these, and, you know, they're very comparable. You know, the speeds are really increasing, which is good.
Almost a mile an hour faster than
like most
the Ultrex.
I think most of them are in that 4.5 miles an hour, which is, I asked Justin, I said, is that pretty fast?
Yeah.
He's like,
I get about 3.5 on my boat.
And obviously you'll
but
go faster
I also would like to know what they've got.
Boat.
Those boats aren't loaded probably.
Right.
So, you know, put a full load, full tank gas.
Well, and that's what they didn't say in most of the videos is how big the boat was, or at least I missed it when they were saying that.
But that's like ready? That's like in cars. miles per gallon is a bunch of crap too when you read the sticker.
You don't have to drink if
horrible.
Zach didn't say it. Zach has to say it.
Car sales.
Oh, there it is. But the other thing, the one thing, like, so the Garmin took the best of show according to the 2019. Tony
says brushless will be huge.
Okay.
What's your opinion, Tony? Why do you say that? Because there was a video out there on YouTube that I saw some guy had a Garmin or Lowrance, I can't remember which one, and compared it to the Ultrex in the video.
I was watching that one.
And I think I didn't see the video, but I was reading some comments on it. I thought the claim was that it really didn't save you that much in battery. Like, the extra performance wasn't that much better.
Oh, really?
because because the newer brushed motors are just so much better than the older brushed motors. I could be totally wrong.
Right.
Again, I've never touched one. I'm just talking out loud.
Right. The So what my point was is like all the features that the Garmin had for the best in show. The one cool one that I thought on the Lowrance was the ability to have the what did I note there? The configurable pedal.
Yep.
Where you can drop power poles.
Oh yeah, I like that. That was really cool.
You can mark waypoints right on it.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I thought that. Now the other thing too is I believe the Lowrance is still tethered. It's not wireless, but the Garmin was wireless.
It is correct. Yep.
So I don't know how big of a factor that stuff
well,
is.
You're gonna have to charge the foot pedal. Like plug the foot pedal in.
Good point.
How's that gonna work?
Right.
Oh yeah, good point.
That doesn't sound fun.
Change the batteries? I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. And then the other one too that you guys didn't think it would be a big thing for the bass fishermen, but the walleye fishermen, it's going to be cute. Is the Garmin has the remote where you can push it and point it in the right
I just
and
think
whatever.
That's the most gimmicky piece of shit ever.
Probably for the walleye fishermen is where the benefits.
But even then you can't. I mean. Okay, when you're walleye fishing, if you're using that bow mount, you're trolling, right? Because my background, I used to use the bow mount explicitly when I trolled, right?
Yep.
I'm facing backwards. The boat's facing that way. I'm facing backwards all the time. So when I used to do it, I'd sit there and I could turn with the push buttons, and I know it still got push buttons, right?
Yep.
But I could turn to the push buttons, and you got to be smart enough that you're like, okay, I'm facing this way. I really want to go that way, type of thing, right?
Yep.
Port starboard, because it's always the same. But anyway. Now I mean, that's where I think it's just a gimmicky thing. So now I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna go that way.
Well, couldn't you do like the side profile and stand this way and just kind of look back and front?
Sure, you could.
I don't know.
Maybe guys are out there. I don't personally. Maybe I'm a bad example because I don't ever use the remote for anything.
Well, let's get into it. Roseanne, was he a bad example?
No, but I mean, maybe I'm just a terrible example of that because I don't use that, right? Like as soon as Minn Kota put the buttons on the foot pedal there for spot lock,
yeah.
It was over. My remote never leaves my glove box. I have it. I just never use it.
So
because the last time I checked, you used your hands to fish.
True.
I don't want a hand remote. That's dumb.
So I had a point there. Oh, okay. Did
you really?
Yeah. For your power poles and stuff,
yes.
though, that's a separate thing. Like
I got separate buttons for the.
But
power
they
pole.
physically have to put those in the boat, right?
Well, I don't think so because it's just Bluetooth. So if you can control, I think what the Lowrance thing's trying to do is if that's just a Bluetooth button, you can connect that to any of those Bluetooth, features.
Okay, so
like a radio in your car.
Those didn't come on the front of your boat though, right?
Those buttons? No, you got to buy them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that could save a little bit of construction to your boat, right?
Well, it's definitely faster. If I had buttons on my Ultrex for my power poles, it'd be awesome.
Yep. Okay.
I think that's fantastic. The WavePoint one was kind of funny. Guys, like, you can just hit that, put a WavePoint because you don't have to bend over and touch your unit. I'm like, really? Like, really? You don't have to bend down and push the button twice? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It would be faster. There's no. I mean, now what I would do is if I had two. Why is this so funny? What am I missing? All right, whatever.
Zach and I you said you had to bend over and touch your unit.
I said I had to bend over and touch the button.
Nope.
You said unit.
Did I say unit?
Bend over and touch the unit.
Okay, fair enough.
We're 12.
Well played.
I mean, there's a lot of days where that's a lot of extra work.
Well played, I guess. No,
Right.
what I would do if I had two buttons on my foot pedal that I could program, I'd have one for power pole down and one for WavePoint. I would use the WavePoint.
I think that would be huge. So it'll be interesting to see, and that's kind of the other way we wanted to go with this list is
Tony says Garmin I'm sure makes a great product, but the wireless pedal is the dumbest idea ever in my opinion. Just another thing to go wrong. Who wants to deal with that in mid-tourney? I totally agree.
I feel
100%.
the same way.
Could you?
There's just why our technology accelerates so fast and caps off with wireless stuff irritates me because seriously, it's 2019 and you're still gonna have problems, and it's a thing.
Would there ever be a need to take that pedal to like the middle of the boat?
If you're a walleye guy and you can't use the handheld,
but otherwise you have the remote, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, so yeah, and I think in that purpose, that doesn't make.
I think I played around with them when I was younger in my boat before they had like the in the decks they got that recessed area for the foot pedal now, so it's all nice and ergonomic, you know. With the wireless pedal actually moving it to the side of the boat, so you didn't have your you weren't kind of cocked.
Oh,
it just doesn't work.
Right,
it's stupid.
Okay,
at least it didn't work for me. I mean, again, I'm just speaking from my experience, but.
So what they need to have is a phone control, and then you get a sleeve mount for your phone. So when you're fishing and everything, you don't have to touch a remote or anything. You're just fishing. You can just reach over, tap it.
That is the most millennial answer of all time.
That's it. If they want to go wireless, that's what they got to do.
That is the most millennial answer of all time. Just put it on my phone, please.
Yeah.
Hey, everything else is on there. Why not that?
Well, they do have Power Pole app for your phone.
Right.
You can put the Power Poles down on your phone.
Okay, I got the most genius idea. Brian, get on it right now. Sunglasses. It's all in your sunglasses.
Just blink twice, Power
blink
Poles
twice,
down.
power poles. Wink one eye, waypoint.
Right.
You know.
Google's probably already working on that.
Google's
They got
on
that Google deal.
Speaking of that,
Microsoft HoloLens. It's already done.
Speaking of that, I saw the first time in my life. I know it's not much, but I saw the Google car yesterday driving around our
really?
area.
Saw one
the
2 days
mapping
ago.
one?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
I was pretty awesome.
Did you feel special?
Well, no, I was just like,
It looks like something out of Twister, the movie Twister.
Yeah,
It's got
it's
all that
fully-
crap on the top of the car
Right.
spinning and stuff.
So
We should just follow one for a whole day.
Does
That doesn't
does
sound like any
somebody
fun at all.
like?
Be in all of their pictures, and they're just like, "Where does this same car keep coming from?"
Oh, that would be awesome.
Just drive right.
That would, like get ahead of it. Just, do a pose every so often.
All
How
the time.
often do they update the maps?
I don't know.
Is it
I don't
every
think
year?
it's that often.
Well, think about it. I mean, how many cars do they have?
Maybe it might be
Driving
just
the-
when they update roads.
Right, but driving the country, and you're not getting very far. I mean, if
Right.
you think about it, even if that's what you do full time,
Are those cars battery operated?
No,
doubt it.
no, they're just regular cars.
I
They
mean,
just attach
but
stuff
nobody's
to 'em.
driving them, right? I thought
No,
I
they're
thought
being
they were.
driven.
I thought they were all
No.
wireless
I don't
foot
think
pedal.
I don't think autonomous cars are like legal yet.
Yeah, they're not out.
They're
yet.
coming.
Tesla's doing a pretty good job at making those. Right now, they're autopilot.
Well,
mode.
then there you go. I guess I thought in my brain that I thought that thing was being run by somebody at Google.
There you go thinking again.
I know.
You know.
It's a scary place. Let's get back on topic. So
ICAST.
ICAST. So I looked here now. I went to 2015. So the best overall show, Zach, if you want to bring that list up, I don't know for the people to see, but I'm just going to read over some of the products. So overall best in show was a kayak in 2015.
Right.
Footwear was.
So just real quick. So the whole thing on this list is how many of these best of show products have ever really made an impact?
Right.
Like how many of these best of show things that there's all of this money spent on at ICAST have ever really made an impact to the everyday fisherman guy?
Well, let's breeze through that because I want to get to one of the best in shows for 2019. I'm like, is anybody honestly?
That's my point.
It's a fishing lure.
That's my. I bet you I know which one it is.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
like,
wait.
really? Is somebody okay? So, anyways, so we'll just abbreviate through this list. So, like the Power Pro Max Quattro that came out in 2015. That was
Power Pole. What?
the Power Pro Max Quattro.
Oh, line. Yeah.
Line, and then some other kid stuff. The YOLO Tech Power Sticks, they came out.
Well, now, that's one that I would say has made an impact.
That's made an impact.
Like, I've got one. A lot of guys use them to film their stuff now. It powers your GoPro or your phone
Right.
off of
Yep.
the boat. I think that's a product that made an impact.
So
So now we've got one out of what?
So,
How many have you read? 6?
Yeah, I'm just kind of perusing over the list. Like, terminal tackle, it was the Eagle Call, laser sharp, the fillet knife. I mean, really, Cast King, rack 'em up. So there's a lot of tackle boxes, but these are all just straight categories. Like, here's another one, the electronics. In 2015, the Humminbird Helix 7 came
Which
out.
thing Helix are pretty
That
awesome.
was a good one. The combination.
Tony's over here on the chat just blowing up about brushless motors. He
is
can't
he just
handle it.
fired up?
He can't handle it. He's just freaking out about brushless motors and RC cars.
So, okay, Tony, which one is he going to get then?
he already said Lowrance. He
He'll
said the
go
Lowrance.
Lowrance?
He doesn't like the wireless foot pedal.
What units do you run, though?
Humminbird.
Now,
See, here's my thing. I think
is that going to play an issue, though?
no. Here's why they're coming out with these motors. It's all about this total boat network.
Yep, so
That's what it's all about.
Just selling more
even
grass.
Power Pole's coming out with a bow mount.
Right.
So it's all about this total boat network, everything being controlled by one network is what
Right.
this is all about. So if you're a Humminbird guy, you're gonna run Humminbirds and Talons and your Ultrix or whatever, because Humminbird's gonna come out with a brushless unit in 6 months probably.
It's probably
anyway.
in the works.
Well, I'm
right
sure
now.
it is, right?
Yeah.
So, but that's what this is now, because the Lowrance units didn't network with the Humminbird stuff.
Oh.
So now Lowrance has got a ball mount that'll network with the Lowrance unit.
makes
and
sense
The
that
Garmin's
way.
got one, and
Yep.
that's what it's all about.
Yep. So then, like the Lose, that reel there, we carry that. The Lose stuff for a combination was a good seller for us.
Yeah.
That's 2015's type stuff, so that was all pretty good. I'm just gonna go backwards here. Otherwise, everything else was the Savage Gear. I mean, there's the Stratic. That was a 2015, and the G Loomis. That E6 what the heck, E6X rod that they came. That was a really popular rod for us. When we had that one, a lot of people liked that. So
out of all that whole list,
I think there's like three
things
products
that maybe were a big deal.
And that, again, that's our opinion.
Okay.
I mean, there's some fly fishing stuff on there and all that kind of jazz, but now we roll up to 2016. So again, like anybody watching this, feel free to comment as we're perusing through this list. We didn't put this list out public. I mean, so like 2016, best of show. There's where your Ultrex.
The Ultrex definitely made.
That one made a huge impact.
Yep.
So that's a big deal.
That was a big one.
Trapper hooks, line management, Cobra, P-line. So your P-line, that was
right. But I don't know anybody who fishes P-line.
Oh, we sell a pile of it here.
Do we?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I bet you we sell more Seagar and
probably now. I think when we first broke into that fluorocarbon market for us, I think P-line was our main carrier. You want to argue me?
I might.
All right. I'm feeling pretty confident that's a good answer.
I'm not saying it's not a bad answer.
Anyways.
I just don't know if it would be the best answer.
I got a question.
I don't think you're winning $1 million with that answer.
I question. For those people, I mean, I've been putting a lot of questions out there on social media, like since we're doing the remodeling, and we're going to have a lot more room. We basically have a good idea what kind of products we're going to put out there.
Right.
It's going to be a lot of apparel. Now, the two categories in the fishing world that we get a lot of questions on are muskie and fly fishing.
Right.
Do you think that's ever in our future?
Fly fishing, I don't know. I don't know if it's that big of a deal around here.
It's such a niche. You know, what's crazy is I've seen
a huge niche too.
Right. But I when I was up in Butternut, there was a lot of people fly fishing up there, like from boats, from everything.
I would do if I had to pick between those two, I'd do muskie before I did fly fishing.
Is fly fishing more just stuff to build your own?
Honestly, I know nothing about fly fishing. That's probably I'd do muskie fishing before I do fly fishing.
You know, if it was my opinion, I'd say we just carry basic fly fishing stuff. But I mean, getting into that, like I've been into fly fishing shops before, and it's just that's a wormhole in its own.
Well, right. Same thing with muskie though.
Right.
Muskie's its own niche wormhole, and I don't know if we've got the space for it because we kind of picked Great Lakes, right? If we were gonna do, if we needed the space, we'd almost have to do muskie over Great Lakes type of deal, and Great Lakes has been awesome for us. So I don't know. It's just a huge area, and it's just such a small.
Well, and one of the reasons is because when I asked one of those questions, one of the first comments was carry more muskie stuff.
Yep.
Right.
But to be honest with people, don't forget, like we do the used buying of guns, archery, fishing stuff. So if anybody right now is a real good time to clean out the tackle box, start cleaning out the closet, bring it on in. But for us, to be fully honest, muskie works better for us as a used area.
For now.
Right.
For now. Because we're able to buy the lures at a good price and sell them at an even better price.
Well, I also think that muskie fishermen are so particular about everything.
Yeah,
and they're not all the same. So what 3 people want, 5 other people probably won't want.
I don't know. You could say that about the whole everything.
Right. Fly fishing would be 100% that way.
I don't know. I'm not against muskie. I don't know. I just don't know.
Well, and that's just an idea. Yeah. I mean, because I know the questions are going to continue to come. The thing is you can't
do what I've learned in the 9 years of this now. You can't do any of this half-ass if you want it to work.
We got to go full-fledged.
You either have it all.
Well, look at our gun selection.
Right.
I mean,
you either have it all or don't do it at all. It's one of the two. There is no tippy-toe into one of these little industries, these little niches. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right.
So back to the list, like 2016, I think I'm at. Like the Helix 10 came out again, another lose.
Yeah, but the Helix 10, how is that a best of show?
In the electronics.
7, yeah, but the Helix 7 was the year before, correct?
Yep.
So they made the screen 3 inches bigger.
Well, so
like, why is that a thing? Like,
well,
what?
So like Outdoor Life, Field and Stream both do bow reviews.
Yep.
And every year, like, the same company seems to win the bow reviews. Maybe not every year.
Which one is it?
I think like Bowtech usually takes Outdoor Life.
From a techie deal?
Yeah. So my question would be is there some incentive being thrown around? Like,
oh, right.
Because as you go through this list here, are you going to see a lot of the same products just kind of repeated?
Well, it's because a lot of it's the same company. I mean, there's only so many big companies that make the product, which is one thing.
And there's always a leader every time.
I would agree.
You know?
But I mean, in the electronics world, we just got done talking about how many electronics there are. Is Humminbird the first and foremost? I mean,
Hummingbird's definitely, I think, got the best technology for the side imaging and the down imaging and 360 imaging. I don't.
They're all getting amazing.
Well, it's
now.
all good stuff. I mean,
Right.
If you buy any of it, you're not buying junk. It's just I think some of it's a little better here, a little better there.
That stuff. I'm just watching some of those videos on that stuff. It's getting amazing. Like there's one that I can see. They're on a brush pile. You can see a panfish, and then you can totally tell one's a catfish swimming in a bunch of them. Like,
Right.
Again, are you gonna catch those fish? So, the Lose took it again as the best combo. Some Predators, the Frabo float suit, the iFloat.
But that's my thing. Lose combo, best combo. Does that make you want to go out and buy that combo?
Not really.
Right?
I don't even want to buy a combo.
Well, no, but that's my thing. Like back to the Oscars deal. I've never seen a movie win an award and be like,
oh my god, I gotta go
buy that. I gotta watch that movie. Cars. Did you ever? Is that like best whatever? What is it? JD. What's the big award?
JD Power and Associates.
Does that make people go buy cars?
I don't know because
Like, what's the
Chevy
point?
pays them a lot of money to win every year.
See, and
no
that's,
joke.
That's what we're getting back into. I mean,
Right.
is there some favoritism within?
So like, do
industries?
people
Yeah,
like
for
do
sure.
people? Does it really move the needle for the consumer?
Right.
Does any of this really move the needle for
I
the
really
consumer?
don't think so because I think what people care about is they care about nowadays, especially what their influencers are saying, not about what the companies are saying.
Right.
You know? So, I mean, if I were to look at this, I mean, I would go there and be like, wow, this is some really cool stuff. But I know that these 3 other famous guys that do this really well use something different.
Yep.
So that's what I want to do.
Archery. Did the Raven R9 win some big award at ATA?
I don't know if ATA does awards.
Well, they have to, don't they? Or no?
I don't know.
That's a good question. Can I Google it?
Yeah, Google it quick.
That's why you have a laptop, bud.
I know. I was just trying to be.
I just thought you
sarcastic.
might
Yeah, I
know.
know.
Can I call the car in? We can park the car right here and I can Google it. No,
No, right? Because that was the most revolutionary crossbow ever.
If ATA
Right.
doesn't,
Would you agree?
Yeah.
I just was curious if
By
if
far.
that bull won some award, and that means
If it
meant-
didn't
sure it
through
did.
ATA, I'm sure just like Outdoor Life and all those other ones, it probably did then.
But let's be honest, that Raven just knocked it out of the park in every aspect
No,
of
but
its,
I
in
don't
its
think
own right.
I don't remember ever seeing it winning
Right.
anything as a big deal.
So that's what I'm saying. I mean, I haven't Googled it yet. I'm trying to not Google it right now,
Okay, fine.
so I can
trying
stay on point here.
Well, I will stay on a point. My point is that all this stuff's a bunch of crap. That's my point. My whole point for this since Tuesday
You
is that
sound like it's Monday, you know that?
Do I?
Yeah.
Do I feel a little aggressive right now?
Let's
Just a
walk
little
around the
aggressive.
store and do our real shot best ofs.
We should.
We should.
We should.
Dude, another.
That'd be
Are you
great.
taking notes over there on all these video ideas?
I don't think any of this means a bunch of hooey.
Right. Well, let's continue down the list because, I mean,
St. Croix glass rod. I
2016.
mean, there's a boat. The St. Croix glass, like clothing, dude. The AFCO stuff. I can't wait.
AFCO's gonna be awesome
What?
stuff.
The 2019 list.
there's
Let's
the
just
soft.
let's get to 2019. I'm already
2019.
You're already,
like that. Like
look
what?
at that thing.
Like what?
Yeah,
Seriously, who? I have never seen that.
Oh, yeah.
Like who's throwing the duck?
that's a musky lure, right?
Right. I get
Okay,
it.
I was at a competitor store the other day and I saw a lure that blew my own mind. That reminds me of this duck. It was a bat. It was a big rubber
Yeah.
bat. Like
But that's the
that.
one this year that won an award.
The spider.
spider.
Yeah.
I knew you were gonna say
yeah.
it. I don't. Sure.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like
So
this
you-
is just a novelty. You know,
Right. But
It's
why
a
is that a
novelty.
best of anything?
So
It looks
maybe
cool.
it does look cool.
maybe if you're gonna say something, maybe that should be the most unique
Right.
thing that we found.
But I don't think that's gonna help me catch more fish.
So let's
I
just
mean, isn't that what this is all about? Is to help me catch more fish?
let's see the
Right.
top one here in 2017. I know we don't have to go through all these lists, but I mean all this stuff's on Wired to Fish, Lifestyle, Frog Togs. Did I go right? Yeah, 2017 Yeti coolers, eyewear.
that boat. I've never seen one of those before, but that looks really sweet.
See, but then
It's like a
again,
stand-up boat.
look at the marine electronics again was a Hummingbird, the Solix 15, but the only thing would change is the ambient. Yeah, I mean, Daiwa took some stuff.
Here's my thing. To me, the Hummingbird Solix, an awesome unit. That's what I've got on my boat. They're fantastic. They're awesome. It's not some new innovative wow.
Right.
Right? Like it's like the Chevy Cobalt winning some award every year. Woo.
Right.
Like
So
best mid-sized small car that has a 9-gallon gas tank. Like I don't
Right.
understand.
So it does change because if you go 2017 to 2018, the Garmin,
And that's when Garmin started pouring it on.
the Panoptics took over
and
in
Panoptics
2018.
is awesome.
Yeah, the Panoptics
The
is
DC.
crazy.
Yeah,
is this the 19 list?
This is the
you're on now?
18.
No, this is the
list.
18 list.
18
Okay.
list.
So
So
like,
now,
let's just start at the
like,
top. Weston
what?
Freddy the Frog. Have you
What?
seen this ever?
No.
It looks cool.
No, it doesn't. It looks
I
like
think-
it's
I
got a
think
lot
it-
of parts that can break.
Oh yeah.
Is
Well, then
that-
you got to buy a new one though.
Yeah, but you can't fish. Okay, so here's my thing.
Yep.
So let's look. I've got in my hands the Pathfinder 110 from 13 Fishing.
Brand new bait.
Brand new bait. Literally just took it out of the package. Okay. I've never seen this before. I'm looking at. Can we get Freddie? Or is Freddie on?
Yep.
Okay. I'm looking at Freddie. Where do you fish frogs?
In the lily pads.
In
Yes,
the lily
that-
pads,
this
in the
thing's swim bait.
nasty, whatever stuff you can find, right? 'Cause that's what frogs. Do frogs swim in open water much?
They avoid open water.
Okay, how are you going to throw that bait in open water? It's like a
Right.
frog wake bait with a big giant treble hook.
Right.
Now, here's this. Now, this is cool because I've been playing with this whole time. Pathfinder 110, 13 Fishing, never seen it before. It looks like it is a spook.
Yep.
It's a weedless spook. I can get behind that.
Yep.
But
Right.
I bet you this didn't win Best of Show for most practical
No,
new
you can,
bait.
you can go to the
Right.
2019 list. I
like,
don't even
I
think.
could throw this. I could tell just by holding this. This thing is 3/4 of an ounce. I can throw this thing a mile because it's got a nice rattle. I don't know if you can.
Oh, you can hear it.
It's got an awesome rattle in it. Weedless spook. I'm behind this bait. This bait is cool. I will
Right.
throw this because I like fishing nasty, sloppy, top water stuff.
Yep.
I can't throw Westy Freddy the Frog there. That's stupid. Next. Dumb.
Next.
Going down the line, but like the live target hollow
That's
body
cool.
crawfish.
But is it going to catch fish, though?
That would catch fish.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that looks really
would
sweet.
catch. But there again, live target's got such a niche. It's super expensive stuff.
Yep.
Right.
And it's like clear water stuff almost, right? Because they don't
That's
have
so
cool.
realistic.
They don't. Well, they don't have fancy patterns
The
because
real fish.
the
Right.
live
Or
target's
real
whole
stuff.
stitch
Which
has
is
got to
cool.
look real.
Because then live target and then some of the other products we saw was that Savage Gear. I like that Savage Gear stuff because it's kind of trying to be live target, but it's like half the price.
I want to talk about the next one. So
Next
this
one?
is from 2017.
The 18.
This is 18. That Shimano DC,
That's the best reel.
awesome,
That thing is sweet.
badass, awesome reel.
That changed the game 100%.
Oh, yeah.
That's a game changer.
That's a big reel. So that one, I'm behind that one.
But again, we're at it right on a lose blackout combo.
Woo.
Live scope.
That's big.
Panoptics.
Panoptics is a big deal.
How do you feel about this thing? Now go that Nico skirt, Zach. Is that right there?
Boom.
You put that on ever?
I don't fish Nico rigs much. I probably should start more.
But now
I haven't
with
fished
that
them much.
setup though, you could throw that on a wacky rig too,
You can
right?
throw that whenever you want. Yeah.
Whenever
It's,
you
just
want.
it's a nail weight with a skirt.
Right.
Right.
So that's cool. But there again, I guess I keep going back to why do these companies feel like we got to spend all this money to go to ICAST when you could take, like Zach's point, you could
Right.
take that Nico skirt for a fraction of the cost of going to ICAST, give it to 100 influencers, and you're going to get the same buzz
Right.
as going to ICAST. I think.
Yep.
Maybe I'm totally whacked.
I think it's
I
just
like
tradition,
that bait.
you
That
know?
bait's cool.
These shows, I think they're just tradition because
Could
that's
be.
what we used to have to do.
Maybe.
And now the internet exists and it's like, why do we have to go there?
I don't know.
That's true. It's like ATA
It
show.
could be. Right.
And
Sunglasses.
sunglasses, and
Those look
that's
like
it for this one.
That doesn't. That's all right. Let's go to 19.
2019.
This
Garbage.
other bait I've got here is the. It is the 13 Fishing motorboat.
Yep. I saw that one.
It's the motorboat 90, which is a pre-rigged fluke style bait,
With
right?
a prop
with a
on
prop on it. That's cool. It'll totally catch fish.
it. Yep.
This will catch fish.
Now my question for you is, when a fish attacks,
I don't like how it's pre-rigged because that hook's sticking out, but that's a whole other thing.
when a fish attacks, is it going to be able to get that prop in there?
Oh, yeah, that's
Not an issue.
Now,
Most
is that,
of-
is that a
most-
soft plastic bait
Yeah,
that's
it's
Yeah.
soft
pre-rigged?
plastic.
There's like a rope attaching the blade to the
Oh,
hook.
really?
How do you
Yeah.
replace that, or once it's done, it's done?
I don't know.
Huh.
I think once it's done is my guess.
I did see on one of these lists,
And
though,
I don't know what the retail is on these things either, but
somewhere I saw a new treble hook that instead of having a normal eyelet, it had a rope eyelet to it.
yeah, I saw that
the
too.
braid.
That's kind of cool. It's supposed to flex a little bit so they can't
Flex.
twist.
Yep, and it help with tuning
hmm
tuning issues as well.
So I mean, this is a cool bait, right? That's kind of unique. At least it's something different,
See,
right?
that's unique.
What I don't like right now is you got like the Kitech paddle tails are like the thing, right? The fat impacts.
Mm-hmm.
That's an awesome bait. Everybody's got one. Everybody. Like that's unique at least.
Here's a question for you as you fish more than Zach and I in some instances. Is pre-rigging stuff more beneficial or
No,
not?
I don't like it personally. I know some people that love it, My theory on it is I want to rig it because it's rigged my way, and if it's the parts that I can buy to build my own piece like that, if I can buy that hook, I can buy this, I can figure out how to rig that myself, I'm in, because now I know that's going to last me about 4 fish, and I got to buy a whole bunch of these motorboats. Just want to keep saying motorboat. Or if I can buy the hook, if I can buy that offset hook, buy the plastic, and rig it, I can re-rig it as the day goes.
Yeah, and I got a feeling that this is probably going to be like a $10 lure.
Probably.
For 4
See,
fish.
This to me, not a big deal. I can rig that up. I don't think this gets me that many extra bites in a day.
Right.
This now, right? I can get behind this.
Yeah,
this
I
is
like
pretty
that.
cool. I like this one.
See, and when we first brought the 13 lures in as of like ice fishing, it was a little more expensive, and then we brought in some of the hard water lures. Now they got a bunch of plastics they're coming out with. I've always been a fan of the 13 stuff. And I know some guys have had issues, or gals have had issues with it. I knock on wood, my stuff's been pretty solid for me. But
we sell piles.
We sell a lot of it, and I think it's still on sale in the stores because we do have a pile of it. But yeah, I like their stuff. I like because they're. I mean,
they've got some backing, and they put a lot of money into stuff. I mean, they got and it's all. And the thing with 13 is, it is all mostly pretty unique stuff.
Right.
Like they're just not. I'm not like Strike King, right? They just keep copying everybody else's stuff.
Well, isn't that what the industry is all about?
Yeah, but it doesn't need to be. That's why I like this kind of stuff. It's unique.
So, all right, we got the 2019 list up there. I want to skip ahead. We can go back and forth on it. It might make people sick, but I'm excited just as the AFCO overboard shorts.
Yeah, the waterproof pocket.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I need that.
See, but I like this thing, this ice stuff here for Hummingbird. Like, that's pretty sweet.
It is, but they've already had that. I don't even know what's different about. I mean, maybe.
What does the chirp do? Explain that to me. I've been seeing
It's
that
a different technology. It's their technology in their deucer. Supposed to be better. Don't know if it is or isn't.
Looking at this though, yesterday
I'm gonna fish that this weekend.
Yesterday,
that's going home with me.
I was over at Iola Car Show and Swap Meet, and there's a pile of old fishing gear just in the Swap Meet, and I found a flasher. And it was from like maybe the 70s.
Actually, I think part of that flasher has AutoChar Live in the flasher. I have in the unit. I have no idea how that's going to work for you ice fishing. Yeah. I have no idea how that works unless you're going to drill like 700 holes.
Right.
Maybe 7,000 holes, but supposedly that's got some of that in there.
Huh.
I don't know.
So you found a deucer or something?
Yeah, there was a flasher there, and some guy had it for sale, and it was like the old school, like just the little ring
big magnets
with like the crazy little lights inside and everything. And to see this versus now seeing something that old, I'm like, that's pretty sweet.
Right.
Technology's coming a long way. But look at that,
another lose combo. Is that a lose combo?
Actually, no, that
Mojo
is
Bass Glass freshwater rod.
Yeah, that's the lose.
That's a lose. Yeah, lose.
Mock smash.
Guess what? A lose won another combo.
Weird.
Did you just hear that sneeze?
Who'd have thunk?
God,
you're gonna make it?
Yeah, there's another one in the
I'm taking
chamber.
this now, so you don't think you get that.
Yeah, I don't get to touch that anymore because
this is gonna go catch a fish. This is gonna go catch a fish this weekend. Guarantee it.
So ICAST brought to you by Lose.
Right? I just don't get it.
And then we go down the Mojo Bass Glass. There you go.
See, but St. Croix's been on there for like the last 3 years. There's Zach's reel.
Yeah, I got one of those.
That's a good reel for the price.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Haven't had any issues.
Yep.
Saltwater stuff.
See, this is cool, the new tackle stuff.
Yeah,
I like this. I do. I love the latch system on that. Haven't seen it yet, but I like it's one big latch across the whole thing, not those two little skinny latches.
Those things fall off so easily.
Yeah, they do.
Yep.
All of them.
I do like this.
That's good.
I like that.
That looks kind of cool.
Yep.
What is that a lip on that?
I don't know what that. I think it's a lip. I think that's almost like a wake bait lip where it'll sit on its side and kind of. That's what I think that is. But we've never done.
What the hell is that?
A whole body lip.
We've never done anything. We've never done go with live target stuff here. Just it's never been a thing for us.
I think it's all really cool. I just think the price point is just up there.
Again, I go back to our area. It's got the spider.
There it is. Are you honestly gonna throw that thing?
I don't know.
Well, okay, so we're in Wisconsin. Maybe
down
south in those southern parts of the world, like that.
Big spiders.
Here's where I'm picturing.
So do we not match the hatch anymore, or our fishing company is telling us that it just doesn't matter? Their fish are going to eat it. What are they trying to tell us?
I'm picturing that's an Amazon lure, right? Like you're fishing peacock bass in the Amazon.
Maybe
that's the lure you're throwing.
But if there's spiders like that crawling around on the top of the water, I ain't fishing there.
Oh yeah.
No.
I'm
right?
down for that.
I mean, spiders don't bother me, but if they're just crawling around, if there's enough spiders on the top of the water that the fish actually view them as food, I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that thing's scary looking.
I think that's it. Like, okay, it's got the cool factor, but it just absolutely looks useless.
How are you gonna? Well, what are you gonna do with it though? Because the legs, like, you can't walk it.
Right.
Right. Like, this is a spook. I know how to fish this.
Right.
You
Are they
can't walk
soft?
it.
Are they soft enough that it just looks laid out for the picture, but then in the
They
water they skirt?
I don't know. Maybe.
But if that's it, I mean, it's just cool.
Tony says that's purely to catch fishermen.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah, but I don't think fishermen are that dumb. They're not that dumb. The
No.
sales on that are not good. Lunker Hunt.
Who's Lunker Hunt?
It's a newer company, I think.
Yeah. Hopefully they. Good luck.
Now this is cool.
That's a good
Yep.
idea.
That's a good idea.
I saw Ike talking about that.
But there
quite a bit.
again, you don't need ICAST to promote that.
No.
Right.
Come on.
Come on,
Just send me a
ICAST.
bunch of them and I'll promote it.
The
That
V2,
stuff's really good.
We got that in store.
That's what I've got on all my rods right now. It's awesome.
The moonshine, that must be a different color though, or is it not?
Looks like it's
I don't
like
know.
looks like it's a yellow.
I just want to know why it glows under a black light. Who fishes with a black light? Is that something I'm
Is that
missing?
what it says?
It literally
Yeah.
says right on the box.
Yeah,
It
it
glows
glows
under
under a
black
black
light.
light.
Maybe that's a southern thing when they fish crappies
Crappies or
I don't
something.
know.
Huh.
Right. This dry bag looks pretty good for all your components and
Yep.
whatnot. But again, like there's plenty of other products out there. The thing
That's
about
like a
it,
hip bag, I think.
you got to just put something together to have categories. It's just straight content, right? There.
Yeah, I like those.
Let's order those right now.
We are getting AFCO. AFCO's coming in for sure.
Dude, the other thing I saw from them is they
100%.
got some really cool sweatshirts coming out too now. Well,
They've got awesome. AFCO's really killing it right now.
Yep. So
There
is
we
that
go. Got some
2020 stuff we're going to have after?
I actually think we might be bringing some of it now.
Perfect.
We got that new big giant 70-foot wall of apparel, so we got to fill it.
Yeah, seriously, if anybody, oh my God. So while we're going through this list, I'll explain
Wow,
what's
electric fillet knife. I bet you there's a lot of changes in that over all the other electric fillet knives.
right.
Best of show.
Wow.
Best
Just hating.
So, okay.
I am. I'm totally bashing today. I'm just not feeling it.
Just on a rampage. So I do have the Garmin Force trolling motor video, but I think one other video we should show, which is totally irrelevant to anything we've talked about, but was one of the best in show for 2019, is that Hobie Mirage Pro Angler 14.
Show
it is a $5,000 kayak,
Wow.
What?
and it is pretty wicked. So I'll pull it up, and you guys can just
Is it a
do your
boat?
thing.
You guys can do your thing.
Do your thing. I'm gonna do some searching because the video was. I watched it, and even my wife was like, "Wow, that's so cool!" And then they announced how much it was. I'm like, "Wow, that's really cool."
Well, it's like we were talking about those ball mounts, man.
Cool
They're
cash.
both like $3,300, $3,200. I mean, now it's
I'm gonna
the
get a five-
Ultrix. The Ultrix is like 26 or
Right.
27.
Well, the price will come down as
Well,
it.
but see, I don't. I was like, oh, great, more competition in ball mounts. Pricing gonna come down. Nah, I doubt it.
Is this just a swim bait? You're just going to retrieve this thing?
Yeah, just throw it out and jerk it around.
Nice.
Just give it a little
Dirty,
tickle.
dirty mind?
Just a little tickle.
clean it up with all bits.
Hey, who? You gotta throw the motorboat. What else are you gonna do? Right? That's what it's gonna do.
Again, I was watching The Office last night, and there was an episode where Michael and Jan, like, she wants to get back together, and she gets back, and she had a boob job done. And so they go to corporate. They're applying for a upper position. And Michael goes to Jan's assistant. He goes, take some notes for her, or tell her, give her these messages. And the guy's, okay, I'm ready. He goes, tell her I want to squeeze him. And the guy,
So inappropriate, Matthew.
I know. And then the last one is he goes, and then tell her this one.
And which one was Jan? I never watched it that show.
Jan is
She's the one with the glasses, right? Curly hair.
No. That's
No.
Jan,
Sorry,
Jan-
it's been a while. No. Nope. I'm thinking about totally
Jan
different.
was the one that always came from corporate
Yep.
to hang with Michael.
Yep.
Like, they just babysit him all day long.
Okay. All right.
I'm watching Cedars. Oh, God, I love that show. Watch The Office.
All right, are you ready for this?
Yeah,
Okay, let's watch this video quick.
Is it Jan?
No.
This is the $5,000 kayak video.
And
Yep.
I'm gonna
I already don't like it that much.
I'm gonna put a high-end trolling motor on this thing, dude.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, but then you might as well buy a boat.
Right.
It's got very dramatic music.
The video production for these stuff is getting out.
Oh, hey, look, you can get some exercise in. Pedal. Ooh, look at
Yeah.
it. Oh, look at it. Getting her done.
the idea is they've got like these hand turners, so you actually pedal the hose.
I'm getting seasick watching this.
Like you don't need oars or anything. You just turn it with your hands and it brushes right over anything. You get like 3 inches of clearance or whatever. Pretty nice.
I feel like I'm getting dumber than watching this video.
But yeah, I mean for five grand, if you're a dedicated kayak fisherman, maybe. But I mean you could get a pretty decent boat from the 90s rigged out pretty well for less than that. So
I don't know.
for 5 grand.
So what happens when you tweak one of those little paddles? You spin in a circle? Like
it's probably $5 grand to fix it because you got to buy a new boat.
I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I mean, personally, again, I'm not a good judge for kayaks because this doesn't appeal to me.
Right.
I don't know.
All right. Well,
so
I think the Ultra Skiff looks more practical than that.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to fish sitting down.
True
Sure.
story.
I don't want to fish sitting down.
A lot of those you can stand up in and fish, but
not when you're trying to pedal in circles.
So we're taking pre-orders on this Hobie 360.
Is that what we're doing?
No, we're not. Not at all. So anyways, yeah, the kind of the point of the story is I mean, there's a lot of cool products that come out from ICAST, and I mean, how do you pick the best ones? I mean, Ty brought that up the other day. I mean, with the ICAST going on, there's so many new baits that people are going to want now.
Oh, right. Absolutely.
And how do you push through the old stuff?
But we're only going to bring in what was best of show, and then we're going to go broke.
Right.
Stupid.
We should get those spiders in.
That's what we're going to do. We should do that. We should set up. I wish I had enough money. I could set up some stupid little store in the corner knowing it's going to go broke. All I do is bring in the best of show shit. If you just watch nobody show up, ever. It's dumb.
Tell us how you really feel.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just straight content, in my opinion. I mean, you got to go through there.
I feel the same way about the Oscars.
Who's voting on this stuff? I guess I don't really know.
Same people that vote on the Oscars.
Yeah.
Do they got a whole audience of people with little buttons on their remotes? And you got to hit the answer.
It's just dumb.
Well, if it was more,
you know what they should do? They should save all this freaking money from all this BS and make these baits not cost $15 a piece. That's what they should do.
Right.
Good point. I mean, because
maybe that's why I'm irritated. I'm fired up.
You're jacked today.
I'm jacked.
You need to go fishing.
Yes, I have not fished all week, and I think you can tell.
Yeah, you're twitchy.
You're
horrible.
Well, let's go. Okay, so the ICAST stuff, that was cool.
Should we watch the Garmin Force video quick?
Sure.
It's just a big mashup with a bunch of pros.
Let's watch
a bunch of pros talking about it.
Let's watch that. That'll really make me want to buy it.
Hey, you said you wanted influencers to tell you to buy stuff, and this is exactly that.
Hey guys, Fred Rambanis here. We're at ICAST 2019, and we've got to experience for the first time the brand new Garmin Force. I can't tell you how excited I am about this.
Garmin does everything in the world bigger and better than anybody else out there, and now they're in the trolling motor game.
The strongest trolling motor I've ever used in my entire life, not to mention all the features, with it being compatible to all of the Garmin electronic units.
One of the cool features that I like about this trolling motor is the ability to see your speed and your battery power right there on the top of the trolling motor.
I can take the remote, point it any direction I want to, press heading hold plus, hold it.
You watch MDJ, and I love this guy. He's awesome. He will never use that remote ever. 0% chance he uses that remote.
Faster than any other trolling motor I've ever used. Not only that, it's also quieter.
We have a brushless motor, so nothing is going to make a lot of noise in this trolling motor. It's super quiet, super responsive. Be sure and check out the all-new Garmin Force.
As a video guy, it irritates me because the music is so much louder than what they're saying.
Well, it's because they have nothing important to say.
Right.
Maybe that's why I'm so irritated. All of this time and energy and stuff, and okay, great. We got a unit that works with my electronics. I love Garmin. I've got a Bow Mountain. No, awesome, great. I don't know. Just not even enthused about any of this stuff.
I think MDJ's got one of the coolest voices out there.
He's awesome. Oh, he's fantastic. I'm not knocking any of these guys.
No,
I totally get what they're doing, right? They're paying their bills.
They got to do it.
Do your thing, man. Rock it out. That's awesome. Good for you. But I guess my thing is I'm just disappointed in how this whole thing operates. Like, I just don't. It just doesn't feel.
What would you do differently?
Authentic. I don't know. I just don't know if the shows are really that big of a deal, or we could save all of this money. Think about it.
Now, is ICAST open to the public?
No, it's only open to.
So it's like an
businesses.
ATA show.
Okay.
But I mean, think about even ATA. If you have a booth the size of those booths, those companies are spending
so much money.
$200,000. Seriously, like a small booth is probably $50,000. You're spending a couple $100,000 to go there just for booth space, and now you've got. I mean, what is there? 15 people in each booth. These companies got to go there, wine, dine, feed, all this crap. Why? What for? Does it really sell that much more product? I don't think it does. It doesn't to me for sure. I don't think I'm alone.
Is it more of like? Do you think it's more of like a meeting space for more deals to happen?
It could be, but we don't have to go to ICAST, and we're gonna get all. I got the ICAST bait. It got delivered to Justin.
Right.
It got. Just think about this economically, which people don't like to do nowadays.
Right.
But it got mailed to Justin for like $1.50 probably, and I've already got it in my hand.
Right.
I didn't have to go to ICAST to get this bait. I'm going to go catch a fish on it this weekend because this one's awesome.
Are you going to do a video on it?
I could.
You should.
I should.
Yeah.
I don't know. Saturday I can't because I got soccer Saturday, so I got to go do that. But Sunday, I'm going to try to get out in the morning at least.
Well, there
He'll
you go.
eat this.
So you have to strictly throw that thing.
For the whole day?
Whole day.
What if they're not on top water?
Hey, Ish Monroe said in order to get good at throwing something, you have to just dedicate.
Right, but
Yep.
I'll dedicate the early morning hours. And then once the sun comes out, it gets really hot. I don't know.
That's a real horse crap answer right there.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
I'm not fully committed.
You're not committed, Brian.
I'm not fully committed.
Come on, man. How are we supposed to sell this product if you're not
we
doing
only
it?
have one. We can't sell it yet.
Somebody wants
Auction
this
it off.
product.
All right.
I touched
Starting
it with
bid,
my sneeze hand.
$29.99.
I didn't touch it with my sneeze hand. This is my sneeze hand.
I don't know. I just don't feel. I'm not feeling this ICAST ATA stuff anymore. I don't know.
He's straight up, guys.
I'm
He's just not
hating.
feeling it.
I'm hating.
All
Just
right.
straight up not having a good time.
So, let's get off topic and
Take that $200,000 from that show and put it into your new bolt cam. Is what I'd like to see these companies do.
bolt cam.
Bolt cam.
Oh, bolt
Archery,
cam.
right? Like take that
Right.
and put it into R&D.
Right.
Research.
Right?
Yep.
Like do something cool with it. Don't just regurgitated crap.
It's crap. This whole show is crap. Just call it a day.
Call it.
Just call it a Friday. Anyways, so ICAST was pretty cool. I mean, I like talking about this stuff. The thing that's really neat is it gets you out there researching this kind of stuff. Maybe that's the point of the whole thing. Now, if you don't like these products, you're going to go through there and you're going to look up the more interesting products that you're going to buy. But back to how this is going to relate to the people that are watching or the people that are going to watch this in the future, let us know what products we can do our best to carry. Because, like, it still blows my mind on a daily basis.
Now, let's talk about some of the products from ICAST that I think will make a difference. Because I'm bashing the best of show stuff. Because I
understand.
It's a joke.
But, like, I also want people to know, like, we're interested in hearing what you have to say. Like, we can't bring everything in.
Right.
And it's amazing when somebody walks down our aisles and be like, I can't believe you don't have this. It's like, well.
There's 7 million products out there. It's
yep.
a little hard to
but
keep them all.
Right.
The long story short is we do listen to the customers. And that is I think, pretty makes us unique in a lot of different ways.
Agreed.
Is we have, on a daily basis, people coming in and say, hey, have you seen this? And have you seen that? And I'll tell you what, that information doesn't just get passed by. It actually, there is consideration to that stuff. If Ty grabs it or Tony grabs it off the floor, Justin's going to hear about it at some point. So if you have some suggestions, like, please let us know about it, because the idea behind the construction is to benefit the customer.
Oh, absolutely.
We were all sad when we had to break down the 50-yard range, and then we were all even more sad when we had to break it down from 10 at 30 to, 4 at 30?
Probably 3 at 30.
3 at 30. But the idea behind that is
we almost doubled our floor space again.
It's crazy. So if we want to be, and we already feel like we are, but if we want to continue to be a one-stop shop for people, that's what it takes. I mean, there's other things that are in the processes right now that, again, is going to make it so much more convenient. Like, we haven't really announced it, but we have same-day delivery going on right now.
Right.
We haven't really put it through the paces, but we have same-day delivery. So right now, roughly, it's 15 miles, I think.
15 miles of the store. Well, I can go further than that, but that's kind of the economical.
Let's just say that's the starter point.
Right.
15 miles of the store, we have a same-day carrier set up where once we work through the couple of bugs, I mean, it's live and ready to go right now.
Yep.
It's on the website. So we're again, like, we listen to what the customers have to say, and we're trying to implement all this stuff. Like,
I'm working on lockers right now.
Yep, and we've talked about that numerous times,
In-store
but
pickup
we're like,
lockers.
now we're getting close.
Well,
with
I got
that.
quotes. I'm working on the technology side of it to have lockers in the vestibule at the store where you
Yep.
can basically order up until 8 o'clock. Get your live beta at midnight if you want. Get
Yep.
your,
Right.
And then with the website kicking in like it is, we're getting really close to having somebody here almost a third shift to pick and fulfill web orders.
Yep.
Which means you can almost order bait at any time and have it sitting out there ready for you.
Have it ready to go. I mean, these things are we're not just talking about them anymore.
that's happening.
They're in the works, and I think people can realize that when they come into the real shot. Like, we may talk about something, and there's a real good chance within a month or so it's going to happen.
Right.
I mean, we've talked about the remodeling processes, and look, in 2 months, the store's gone from like just craziness.
Maybe the theme of the show is I have no patience.
Brian has no patience.
So when there's something, we just do it now. Like, do it.
And it is. And so
once in a while we trip a little bit, right? But so
we
what?
can't make everybody happy, but damn, we try.
I just have no patience. We're just gonna do it.
Fired up.
I'm not
He wants
much
to go
for
fishes.
I'm not much for thinking and planning and.
All right.
Waiting.
So on that little tangent, let's go back to what do you think are the products that are going to be?
I think the number one that I've seen is that new Berkeley flute worm. I love that thing.
Why? I was looking at that. Why do you think? Can you bring a picture of that, Zach? The
It
flute?
is.
Flute.
Because it's so
Flute, man.
it's so versatile.
Why though? It to me, I don't understand the whole
Okay,
body.
so
concept.
the whole body concept is it's got those little ring spots, right?
Yep.
Those are for the little plastic O-rings, so your O-ring doesn't slide around. Little gimmicky, whatever,
Yep.
right? But on the end of it, it's got a section for your nail weight, so you can Nico ring it.
Okay.
You can twist one end off, and you got a Ned rig. And you also got a wacky rig there.
Okay.
So I like the fact of if I want to go fishing, I can take one bait, and I've got like 6 different ways I can rig this thing. And I can rig it as a shaky head to boot. I don't even know if it's on their website yet.
Yeah, it might not.
There's a couple places that have them.
There, that's it.
So
Is this the one
right?
coming available soon? Yeah.
Yeah, the flute worm. I love that.
Is there a bigger picture? Can you click on it? Yeah, I know you've been pushing on that one really.
I just think it's versatile, right? Like I can have one plastic in my box that I can do 5-6 different things with.
And I'll tell you,
because the more baits that come out, the more things I can. You know what I mean? Like.
So right there's a chamber for
Yeah, on the very end of it. Like if you scroll on to this end of it, right there's your chamber for. So if you want to, you could Texas rig it. You could rig it with a shaky head jig, or you can put your nail weight in there, right? Then it's got all those grooves for wacky rigging spots. Plus you can twist the end off because it's skinnier there, and then you got your Ned rig with that kind of little flappy tail. I just think that's a very versatile bait where I can fish that many different ways. I don't need to have 5 different specialty plastics. I can kind of fish this. I just think it's unique.
And I mean, I've always been a fan of power bait. I think their stuff works.
Absolutely it does.
I think power bait's got some of the best plastics out there. So okay, you sold me on that one.
See, and then the other Berkeley one that Ike was promoting was the I can't remember the name of it, but it's a plastic, kind of looks like a crawl, but it floats. It's 100. The bait itself floats. So if you can't fish it without a weight unless you just want it to sit on the surface. But now I've got a bait where if I drop shot it, it's just gonna bounce and it floats. It's just got something different to it.
Now that's not new technology though. There's a lot of those out there, right?
Oh, for sure.
Like the air crawl, right?
Yep.
Isn't that one of them?
But this is way more buoyant than the air crawl.
Okay, but again, it's a power bait name.
Yep.
Right.
So there's just a couple of them. There's a lot of that unique stuff. MDJ's got a whole series of crankbaits that are all
Bill Lewis. Bill Lewis. Yep. What about now? I was interested. What do you think about that Guggen with the rattle in it?
The rattle and Ned.
Yeah.
Now that the plastic's got the rattle, right? Correct.
Yep.
So it'll definitely work. But I could also take one of those glass rattle chambers and shove it in my plastic, and I got the same bait.
You know, it just makes you wonder: is that gonna be? What are they? They're sold out already? Dude, they just released those at midnight.
I don't think they're even out yet.
They released them at midnight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they.
Freaking Jacob Wheeler's been pumping those so hard, it's unbelievable.
Right.
And he's been.
But there you go. That goes back to our point.
Like, he's been killing it.
You got an influencer talking about him because the other thing.
And he's not even an influencer. He's like one of the best guys in the world right now at doing what he does, catching like winning money on this bait, and he's pumping it hard.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I like the Guggen stuff.
See, I think they released it, but I'm guessing they had about 100 bags total.
Probably.
Limited release.
Supply and demand.
Right.
Creating
create
demand.
create it. They sold out in like 13 minutes, said Tony.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nolan says, "Good morning, Dad."
Morning, Nolan.
Yeah, I was kind of interested in that one with the rattling.
Well,
I know your point.
It'll totally work, but I'm saying you could do that now without rattle and Neds are sold out. Okay, great. Go buy a pack of Z-Man, heat up your little glass beads, shove it in there.
Right.
Same thing, right?
Right.
Now with this same kind of technology, though, aren't there screw locks you can screw in there with rattles as well?
I don't know.
I thought there was something like that too. I'm still learning on all this bass stuff.
But I'm just saying that's cool. But again, they're gonna sell the crap out of that, and that didn't win any best of show.
I got a question.
Just one.
Okay, so now that all this bass stuff's going on here at the Reel Shot, stupid because I'm spending a lot of stupid money.
Are you not having more fun than you used to fishing?
I am. I'm having a blast.
Because you really look sad in that picture with you and your son holding up bass. Right? You look like you're like, oh my God, my life sucks. Can you pull that up? It's on Facebook.
Let me ask the dang question here.
I don't want to.
Tackle organization.
Yes.
Big one for me. I fish a lot of plastics.
Yep.
What is Brian Keller, the BK Lounge, recommending for plastic organization?
For what, like for you in a car traveling, that kind of thing?
Yep. So so let me two-stage this question. Do you leave your plastics in the original bags?
Sometimes.
And then if for just like portability wise, like the second portion, are you putting them in like them Shimano bags or the Z-Man bags?
Sometimes. So it just depends. Like I've got some of my plastics in planos. Most of my drop shot, my tubes are all in planos.
So again, I'm going to keep asking questions while you're trying to answer my first original question. Do you not worry about the scent?
It was right there. Scroll up a little bit. Right there.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, he looks like he's just look at both of them.
I never said I was angry
look
about
at both
catching
of them.
bass.
Oh my God, I'm bass fishing. My life sucks.
That was a fun trip. That was a trip when I did that.
My life's terrible.
The Daiwa kit.
Terrible. I mean, look at your son back there. He's like, man,
you guys got a double on that one, right?
Yeah, that was a double.
Look at he's like back there. He's like, man, my dad sucks. Why do we have to do this? He's torturing me, buying all this bass stuff.
Yeah.
Why can't we just go play more video games?
Right.
Like, look at it. That's the kid. Like, I want to play video games, Dad. This sucks.
Yep.
But that's a prime example why you get your kids outside.
Right.
Because your kid, he doesn't. I mean, he's not natively into the outdoors, correct?
Oh, no, like, he's always been an outdoor kid.
As long as you've known him, or even before then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's funny you say like as long as I've known him.
Well, right.
But for the situation, yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, yes, he's always been a diehard fisherman.
Okay, all right.
And I'm trying to get him more into hunting, and he's doing a good job of that. All my kids are, but I try to pick and choose. Like they're not all into it like I am. But Ethan, my oldest, is 100%.
He looks just miserable, man.
But okay, now answer my questions.
Okay, fine.
So tackle storage.
I didn't even see that. Nick replied. He was holding a monster.
Yeah, people have been. We took a hiatus from doing the Trophy Tuesdays and the Throwback Thursdays. I think Trophy Tuesdays, I'm going to kind of switch to trail cam pictures. Trail cam Tuesdays.
Oh, I like that. That's a good one.
But otherwise we could do is Whitetail Wednesdays and have trail cam pictures be there. I don't really care.
Whitetail.
I like that.
So answer my damn question.
Okay, what? You asked me like 17 of them and you never let me answer.
Finish them. Okay. So tackle storage for plastics.
Yes. If I were you, I'd get one of those Shimano backpacks. I'd keep my plastics in their original bags, or I'd get one of those Z-Man deals with the O-rings and keep it all in there.
Okay.
That's what I would do if I were you.
Because I got a ton of plastics, and I like finesse fishing. That's my go-to. So, cool. Thank you.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah, you did.
All right.
You did. And then just
because if you start breaking them up and putting them into planos, now you got to have a way to carry those planos. Now, if you've got 7 different kinds and you don't have a ton of it, you only carry if you only want, I got my 2 favorite colors in each one, then maybe a plano organizing them that way and you could put them all in one.
But you don't have to worry about the scent coming off them when you put them just in a hard box?
Nope. There's certain plastics and most of them isn't a big deal, but there's certain ones that if they come with like a molded piece, that if it gets really hot, they can kind of like deform.
Okay.
That's the only thing you got to worry about. But most of your worms, your tubes, your drop shot type stuff, all minor, and I keep them out of the sun because they will melt.
They will melt.
I don't worry about them losing shape or descenting or any of that crap.
Good. So All right, I was just wondering, cause like I got them all. I just throw them all the plastics in my one box I got right now, and you just gotta go like this.
Right.
So it just gotta get some hard boxes and.
See, and then I've got a couple bags in my boat. I've got like the plain old like zipper bags, and I've just got those jammed full of all the bags and stuff in there, just like chock full. And then I've got the bigger plain olds we sell with the big dividers, and then I have all my backups in there in my garage. So I keep enough of what I think I need to get through the day in the boat, and then I just refill from my garage when I go home. So
that's smart.
Don't have to have all of it in my boat. I've got a storage unit next to my boat that I've got all the backup refill. So it goes from my store to the shelf to the boat.
Nice.
And that's the first world problems, right?
I did see a video the other day too of they did a tour of Ike's barn. He calls it.
Oh yeah, he's got a tackle store in his house. Oh, it's awesome.
Well, even I've been watching a lot of the Guggen Squad videos or the Guggen Jacob Wheeler YouTube stuff. He pulls into his house. The life those guys live is pretty awesome to watch. I mean, I love that personal, lives type stuff like that. It's kind of addicting. So, off that point, I don't know. I'm kind of done. We did a good show. Just sent a pic.
Yeah, it's just a picture of my backup storage in my house.
Oh, you even got them labeled.
Oh yeah, it's all labeled, so I can go right there and just pull them out. Large craws, small craws.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, it's all labeled.
What was that? Is that a travel rod on top of that?
Yeah, it's Jimmy's pen rod. He's into all that challenge stuff. He watches all these YouTubers do.
Yeah. Right.
So like yesterday, he sent me a picture. He's holding his bass. He caught an ice rod in the pond.
In your pond?
In my pond.
No.
He's fishing with an ice rod just because he's bored, I guess. I don't know. Good for him.
I thought he's supposed to be cleaning that pond out.
Yeah, that's right. My wife, it's a sickness. Whatever. Whatever.
Not a good day, Megan.
You have no excuses.
Angry.
You have no excuses. You knew from day one.
Maybe you're hangry. Are you hangry?
Not even a little bit. I'm in a great mood.
I just sandwiches.
I get my boat back today. I'm in a good mood.
Oh, nice.
That's where I'm going from here. I'm going over to Peterson Marine Wapaka to pick up my boat.
Boom, going to see Corey over there.
He's been awesome.
Yeah.
Seriously, he's awesome.
I think I told you I worked for Corey when I worked for Ding's Dock.
He's fantastic. I have never met a guy that rigs out a boat that well. It's the first boat I've ever had where I have almost no problems with it from the start. Right. I mean, it's just been flawless. It's absolutely awesome.
Does he say how are you liking your boat now that you've kind of got a new one and it's going good?
It's awesome.
Sweet.
Does he service all boats then?
I'm assuming so. I don't know.
Okay.
I know he's a Ranger dealer. He's doing all my Ranger Mercury stuff, but I didn't have any problems with what he did. I actually had him switch. I'm switching some stuff around with my electronics. I didn't like the way I had it. That I set it up.
Are you putting your new Lowrance trolling motor on there?
No. I had 2 Humminbird units and 2 Garmin units, and I'm taking one of the Garmins off the console because I want the Humminbird networking.
Yeah.
And then I still got the one Garmin up on the front for Panoptics, but that was my decision that he rigged it out the exact way I told him to.
Right. He did a great job.
Oh yeah, once I started fishing it, I was just like, this didn't work the way I wanted it to, or I expected it to. So now he switched it for me. And I dropped it off on Tuesday morning, and I'm picking it up today.
Right after a busy 4th of July weekend.
He's just awesome.
He's on the chain, and the chain is an insane place.
It's the best Marine I've ever worked with, and
There
I've
you
been
go.
in boats my whole life.
Man, two shameless plugs for really good quality companies right now. All right, well, let's wrap this one up. We got some awesome stuff coming up again next week. We have some guys coming in from Cuddyback.
That's so sad. We're going to start talking about hunting.
I'm
just kidding.
It's after 4th of July, dog.
The only reason I think it's awesome, I'm just not into hunting this year because my property is flooded. So I'm just having a hard time getting jacked about deer hunting.
Speaking of flooding, so we were leaving that Iola car show, and if anyone watching, if you ever go to this thing, it's a pretty big deal. And leaving, there's only like 2 ways to get out of the place. We turn the corner, and next thing you know, there's a sign, like a caution sign. Turn the corner, and this field, I've never seen water in it before. I swear they just installed a new lake, and they actually had to pour gravel because it washed out the road.
Did you fish it?
No. And I don't have any rods on me. They're all at the in-laws' house still. But, yeah, I mean, this whole year has just been messed up for flooding.
Yeah, there's a lot of water.
It's crazy.
I mean, I've got a 200-yard section of my road that has about 10 inches of water on it. And it's not moving at all.
Did you fish it?
No. But I mean, everything in my whole land is flooded everywhere.
Right.
I mean, the creek's flooded. I know I'm gonna go up there one of these days, and the culvert I have that goes over my creek
is gonna be gone.
It's gonna be all washed out. That whole road's gonna be washed out. Is what's gonna happen. And then I know that's a whole project they got to work. It's just not. Not having any fun.
Yeah, I'm way behind on my food plot stuff too.
Well, I couldn't even get in this spring. It was a joke.
Right.
Never even put anything in this spring because it was just too wet and not good.
So I know we're going to talk about this a lot next week, but I did a soil sample on my property, and I got it back the other day, and my buddy goes, just so you know, like, that soil sucks over there.
Did you know before the test, or he just told you?
No, like, last year was a good indicator. Like, it was a farrow field, like a lot of food plot turned into. And so I just started planting it, fertilize it, here and there, kind of half-assed my way through it, like a lot of stuff.
Yep.
And so last year I planted some things, and they just didn't do well at all. And I'm like, well, that's weird. We had really good rain. I got it in timely. Why? So then I pulled a soil sample, which first and foremost, again, like, pull a soil sample. I mean, seriously, don't waste time and energy. I pulled it, and he goes, dude, your soil sucks over there. No wonder you had
your buddy did the report for you?
Yeah, like he's an egg seed salesman, so I just pulled a soil sample, gave it to him. He took it to a place. That was what was in the printer. And he goes, so now I'm in the process of, like, what should have been done in March. I'm just scrambling to do it just to get fall plots in this year.
I don't even know if I'm going to get mine in there so wet.
But, so next week, Wednesday morning, again at 8 o'clock, we got the gentleman coming in from Cuddyback. We're going to talk about the new Cuddy-Link system, which is phenomenal.
It's awesome.
And if anybody hasn't checked that out yet, we have some deals that the Real Shop made up from the Cuddy-Link system. So if you're looking for a camera, right now is the time to start getting them out. I saw a dandy buck the other day. I'm getting excited about deer hunting somewhat. It's just hard to get jacked this year. I don't know why.
I don't want to hunt in waders. I mean, really, I'm not feeling it right now.
But
it's terrible. I love hunting.
The store ain't going to make a full transition with the floor space that we have now, but there's a lot of archery stuff, a lot of hunting stuff coming out there. I know Zach's been working with Steve and Mark religiously on the gun side. Like, there's more used guns coming in. I got to get those out to Facebook today.
We've got a really sweet one that came in.
What's that deal they're running?
Can you play that video that you did?
Which one?
With Mark and Steve on that.
Steve, you just did like Tuesday or Wednesday?
Did that gun sell? I can look while you're looking at it.
It didn't sell yesterday. It was still on the floor yesterday.
It's a crazy good deal. I mean, it is that Weatherby Vanguard AccuGuard.
Yeah,
which is like
$600
alone,
off.
The gun alone is MSRP $1,099. And the scope that's on it is like a $700 scope, $750, and they're doing $13,999.
Yeah, there's $600 off. That's insanity. So I mean, I like the gun side has really picked up. The traffic has really picked up over there. Oh yeah,
Steve's doing a great job.
I went over to Ace yesterday, and I was talking to them guys, and he just had some general questions on the gun side. I'm like, the gun stuff's taking off. Eggert's kicking butt. Dalton's back for a temporary time.
He got hurt or something.
Yeah, he broke his collarbone being a racing dude. So, but anyways, next week, Wednesday morning, Cuddyback. The store remodeling is almost done. I'll go ahead and play the video now. Recap.
Oh, you just keep going.
Okay, so store remodeling is like almost done.
Once we're done with this, we're done. Like, there's no more room in the end.
So to answer any of the questions, we will still have a range, but this is probably the
spot only.
Yeah,
all the 3D targets.
3D targets. We just got away with those yesterday. Lance and I are pretty much. I think we're gonna wrap up the pegboard today. He's working on it right now, and then
so you want to keep talking, so you don't have to go out there?
Nah, I don't mind it. I'm not handy, so it makes me feel good once in a while.
Yeah, makes you feel like you contributed around here?
Yeah.
Oh, you might just that way. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about just in the store in general. Just kidding. Just kidding.
But, so we're wrapping that all up. So then so the range is not yet open. We'll let everybody know when the range is open.
Yeah, we're going to get some lighting in there. She's a little dark.
Yeah, it's a little dark. So we should just put black lights in there so you can shoot with your fiber optic pins.
No, Justin, we're going to put rheostats on the lights in there. So you can turn it down and make it dark so you can shoot in the dark.
Oh, I like that. That's news to me. I like that. But
that was Sir Munt's idea.
Oh, he's got great ideas, too. A lot of people around here got great ideas. Mm-hmm. But anyways, so that's all kind of wrapping up. We're going to have, hopefully the range should be open. If not next week, like end of next week.
Yep. As soon as the lights come in,
2 weeks. Pegboard's going up, so Sika, I think, should start showing up any day now.
Yep.
So if anybody's looking for new gear,
lacrosse
Nomad, bow stuff's here, arrows are here. We're fully stocked, ready to go. So if anybody's looking for archery stuff, right now is the time to get your butt in here. The other thing, too, is do not wait. Get your bows serviced starting now. Right now. flood the archery counter right now, because I'll tell you, we tell people year after year after year, the longer you wait, the longer we get backed up.
Everything gets backed up. The string room gets backed up. The service gets backed up.
July 4th is always that what's that word I'm looking for? The barometer or whatever.
Which is funny because I think Mike had said something about that too. Fix about how he's like, well, we're behind right now, and all of a sudden the next day he goes, oh my God, there's just too many orders.
Oh, it's happening.
It happens every year.
Yeah, it's funny.
So just.
Everyone's the same as us. We're kind of like, hunting. That first buck shows up on trail camera. Woo! Bam! Here we go. Let's go hunting.
I go pull my bow out of the closet. So do not wait. Right now is the time to get in here, and especially because I don't know how long Dalton's back, but let's take advantage. He's always been a phenomenal bow tech. Eggert's been one of the best bow techs.
Literally, he's a freak.
But don't forget, the other thing, too, is if you're looking to get into a new bow, bring your old bow in, bring your old crossbow in, sell it, trade it, do whatever you got to do.
Looks like you got a few bows to sell, too, used ones.
Yeah, I'll get caught up on that.
You got there's a pile of them.
Are there really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. If I wouldn't keep getting tasked with this head-to-head fishing thing.
Hey, it's going to be awesome.
I know. It's pretty exciting. But anyways, so I'm going to wrap that part up, play the video, and then we'll just kind of play out the video and end it. What do you think? Good point?
Yeah, for me.
Yep.
Let's just do it.
All right.
Hey, this is Mark and Steve coming from the gun counter here at the Real Shot in Appleton. And Steve, we've got a real special bargain here. I think it's a great opportunity for somebody looking for an elk or a whitetail gun. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this gun?
This is a Weatherby's Vanguard AccuGuard, fluted barrel, chambered in .300 Winchester Magnum. We've got this mounted with a Leupold VX6 HD 2-12 by 42. It's got an illuminated reticle, 30 millimeter tube. This rifle has a regular retail value of $1,100. The scope has a regular retail value of about $1,300. And we've got this mounted with an excellent set of rings here. We've got this gun value priced at $1899.99, but we're going to do better than that, aren't we?
I think so. I think we're going to do $1399 on this gun.
We're going to take $600 off the already value.
$600
value price that we've got off the.
What a spanking deal! I'm telling you, this is a gun perfectly set up for elk hunting, for whitetail hunting, just about anything that you could imagine. I tell you, if you want to take advantage of a great opportunity, this is one. We only have one.
We have one. This is a brand new rifle, brand new package.
Yep. All right, so if you want to take advantage of this opportunity, stop down at the Real Shot here in Appleton, and Steve and I will be happy to take care of you.
There it is. One.
There it is. One.
Sell it. Come by today when you bring
it's
your bow.
Deal, man.
It's a great deal. All right. Well, hey, Steve, we're excited for Wisco coming up here in August as well. Shawano. But on that note, let's call it a Friday. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Remember, we'll be back here again live Wednesday with the guys from Cuddy Link. So everybody have a great weekend. Brian's going to go out and do an amazing video on this thing and catch a pile of fish all day. That's it. Tony said fish it all day.
I saw that. I'm on it, Tony.
All right. See you, everybody. Have a great Friday.